expecting stack. But some of the cards he's had superior cards to everybody else around the table. Of course, it is easy when you're watching the cards at home. You know, you see things. It's so easy to play the game from this situation. I know now why you do play this game from this position, Jessie. But sometimes you see things and you think, surely that can't be the right thing to do. Surely you must. If he'd have raised there with Ace Jack. Anyway, that was before.
Well,
this is now.
Pass. Pass.
There's been a raise from Papa Giorgio, who's he really has had everything his way so far, Steve. When he raises, he gets no action unless he wants it.
Pass.
And that's another pot for the Greek.
Well, he should have had more complications than he's had so far, that's for certain. He should have been posed a big question a couple of hands ago.
Right now, Papa Giorgio out in front, and well, he's looking like the winner. And until somebody strikes back, it's funny, we had all those early aggressors, but at this stage, Papa Giorgio has got that naked aggression and the respect of the table.
Yep, he's got probably looking around the table, the way he thinks, the way he sees it, judgment-wise at the moment, the strongest players to his left. Certainly would appear that to us, and I would imagine every player around the table will be furiously trying to work out the style and character of the players.
Pass.
Lines of 2 and 4,000, which means 2,000 on Murray Bailey.
Murray Bailey's found a nice hand.
Option.
And he doesn't raise, he just calls.
16 more.
And will he go all in?
Any total.
Is this Murray Bailey's moment? He's eyeing them up.
Does seem like that.
Ceasefire on my company, you know.
There we go.
For better or for worse, says Murray Bailey, I am married to these two cards, and this pot
20.
will be, it'll be nearly 100,000, I guess.
Yeah, I think Murray Bailey had about 40-odd thousand
19 more.
before. Papa Giorgio has the best of it, although Bailey does have 2 live cards, as they say. He's got 6 cards to hit to improve.
So it is the Belfast Bomber all-in, 78,000 to get him back in this. Although if the ace-10 holds, will be 4-handed, and Papa Giorgio a serial chip leader. Big hand for every player in the game. And no help for the King Jack as of yet. Murray Bailey says, Cowboys to the rescue.
Must have known he was behind when he got a raise, but he just felt obligated to put the rest of the chips in, and now he's desperate for a jack or a king.
6 cards to win. That's not one of them. We are down 1. And Papa Giorgio, a huge chip leader now. Murray Bailey, the long walk to because. Murray Bailey's last hand, a battle of the blinds. That went nuclear. King Jack versus Ace 10, nothing on the board. And pair of 3s with the ace eking out the king high and leaving us 4-handed.
The way Jens Nierenberg's played, it does look to some degree as if he's trying to trap somebody, doesn't it?
It does.
Mug somebody. It's not an easy thing to do at this level. Slow playing can sometimes be spotted by an experienced player. If you just call a bet, it can set the alarm bells off in another person's brain. And here comes Andy Papa Giorgio raising with Queen 3.
Not much of a hand, but good position. And looks like a total of 18,000. Is it 14,000? Excuse me, 10,000 more. And
Pass.
hello.
And there's another. Is this another all in?
All in.
Well, he doesn't slow play that.
No. I do believe that'll wrap this one up.
Papa Giorgio may have a little think just to show that he's not got rubbish when he raised. There's this Queen 3 he's got is nearly a good hand. Trying to sort of pretend it's like ace-10 and he's going to make a big lay down.
All in for 54 more.
I think that's called dwelling for credibility. Look at Nauenberg. He is frozen.
Pass.
That's a good little re-raise from Jens, and he's basically back up to where he started now.
No one to play with? There's always PartyPoker.com.
Two by four here, and Papa Giorgio first to speak.
Papa Giorgio with an ace. Should be worth a raise. It's about 4 times
Raise.
the big blind, is it?
14 total.
Something around that mark. Not quite 4 times the big blind.
Pass.
3.5, 4 plus 10, and
Pass.
that will take the hand. It seems that if you're going to pick a big blind to raise, Barky Barkus is a good guy to do it on. He's been a little tight like Milky Toast, really.
Yes, he has. As you would probably expect from an experienced campaigner who's still alive to tell the tale from Pennsylvania. You've got to learn fear somewhere down the line at this game because you get enough slaps in the face. Perhaps that's the big difference in the game recently, as I suppose the younger players coming in from the internet have perhaps made the game genuinely more aggressive, and perhaps the older player is going to be left somewhat in the starting blocks, and that's probably an ageism thing to say, but you have to be careful of that, don't you, as you get older, I'm sure.
Yeah, the youngsters have a lot of gamble and no fear at all. Not sure
Pass.
where Dave Clayton considers himself.
Well, a queen 9,
Pass.
queen 7,
Raise.
9-7, sorry, got it out in the end, suited.
8,000.
Could have perhaps been tempted into speculation. A genuine hand for Tom Barkas of 2 big cards with short-handed play. But Papa Giorgio's found
8 more to me. Yeah.
something. Jack 9 suited. It's interesting. Sling it or do something with it, Jesse?
Well, Barkas has turned the screws. I
Call.
mean, Papa Giorgio probably feels like he's got 2 live cards and will feel a bit unlucky if a jack comes, won't he?
Yes, if he knew what Barkas had, he wouldn't have called, I'm sure. It's not the fact they're suited so much. Well, now it is, though.
Well, it's just about a perfect flop for the Greek.
8s or spades.
Jack.
Sorry, check.
Barkas slows up. I bet would probably take it here. Barkas has been pretty timid against any type of strength.
Yeah, it's Andy's pot for the asking.
Well, that is
25.
strength. And that should be enough.
Interesting that even though the king high is ahead from the pot percentages, that big draw of Papa Giorgio's was leading, and he wasn't shy to stick the money in and take the pot.
And earlier in this heat, Barkas had a very similar hand with 4 clubs, 2 in his hand and 2 on board, and 2 overcards, and refused to put any money in facing a bet, when probably he was in exactly the same situation.
Yeah, I mean, even though a draw is not considered a made hand, oftentimes betting on the come can be the best thing you can do with it. I guess, and it's Clayton now in the big blind. Nauenberg to act.
That must have been a nice sight.
I think so.
Is he just calling?
He is
Call.
very
Very
cagey.
sneaky, isn't he? What a sneaky player. He's the type of person that gets down early in the morning, puts his towel over the sunbed, then sneaks back to the room and says he's been asleep all that time. Sneaky, sneaky.
Raise.
And look at this.
Oh dear. Well, he's fallen into the trap, hasn't he? I mean, it's worked. Now the re-raise,
Raise to
and he's nicked the
14,000.
money. The all-in? Bit big for an all-in. Or does he? He's looking.